Welcome to This Explainer. Look, today we're breaking down exactly what these massive new ChatGPT updates actually are and how they're completely changing the game for your productivity. Honestly, if you've been relying on the same old prompts and workflows, you are in for a major wake-up call. Let's dive right in.
There's this quote from our source material that I think just perfectly captures the urgency of this moment. It says, "If you're still using ChatGPT like it's 2025, you're missing out massively." And it's so true. These tools have evolved practically overnight, and relying on outdated methods means you're leaving incredible efficiency and raw processing power right on the table.
Section 1. The AI game is changed. The fierce competition driving innovation.
So for years, ChatGPT has been the unquestioned gold standard, right? But the landscape is heating up so fast. We've got competitors like Claude getting visibly smarter by the day, and Google's Gemini is steadily improving its whole ecosystem integration. So OpenAI really couldn't just sit back. They were forced to innovate. They had to deliver fundamental structural changes just to maintain that top-tier status. We aren't just talking about a fresh coat of paint here. These are massive, under-the-hood overhauls.
Section 2. Real-time reasoning engine. Watching AI think step by step.
Think back to how we used to work. You'd ask a complex question, and you'd get this incredibly fast, but sometimes flawed or, let's be real, highly generic output. It was immediate, sure, but not always reliable, because the system was essentially just predicting the next most likely word. Well, the new way is entirely different. The engine actually pauses. It thinks through a problem using real-time, step-by-step logical reasoning before it ever gives you the final answer.
And the crazy part is, you can actually watch this unfold. First, the AI analyzes the complex problem. Then, it dynamically breaks apart the logic. And finally, it outputs a highly optimized solution. So whether you're debugging a massive 1,000-line block of Python code or trying to solve advanced multivariable calculus, you can literally watch the AI work through these distinct logical steps right in front of you. It completely removes that black box feeling we used to get with early AI.
Section 3. Files, memory, and customization. Next-level context and personalization.
Now, this advanced file handling is a total game changer. Imagine a project manager cross-referencing complex budget documents or a researcher analyzing dozens of dense medical studies all at once. You can now upload massive 500-page PDF reports right alongside detailed Excel spreadsheets and instantly get answers that cross-reference all of that data simultaneously. In the past, this kind of heavy lifting would just straight up break the system or give you a timeout error. Now, it's seamless, it's instantaneous, and it is incredibly accurate.
But, it's not just about handling huge files. It's about how it handles you. ChatGPT now automatically remembers your writing style, your specific brand voice, and your personal preferences. You don't have to constantly explain who you are or what tone you want before every single request anymore. You can even build custom personalities. Think like a highly engaging YouTuber mode or a super formal corporate mode, and you can switch between them with just one click. And here is the absolutely staggering part. 10 hours. By eliminating the need to constantly rephrase your prompts, tweak the tone, and manually rewrite output so they actually sound like a human being, users are estimating saving over 10 hours a week. Just pause and think about what you could do with an extra 10 hours in your workflow every single week. That's literally more than an entire working day just handed back to you.
Section 4. Live data integrations. Connected to the real world.
Okay, so the AI is no longer trapped in the past by those annoying static training data cutoffs. You can now pull live data on practically everything. We are talking live stock prices fluctuating by the minute, real-time weather, breaking news as it unfolds globally, and current social media trends. You can literally ask for the absolute hottest TikTok hashtags or YouTube trends happening right this very second, and it pulls the real, unvarnished data directly into your chat.
The impact here is just massive. You can research current events instantly and stay completely up to date without ever having to leave the chat interface. For creators, strategists, marketers, this means the absolute end of bouncing between 10 different browser tabs trying to synthesize what's going on in the world. The real world is piped directly into your AI workflow, ready to be analyzed and acted upon immediately. Section 5. Next-level team collaboration. Multiplayer AI workflows.
For a really long time, AI was this heavily siloed, solo activity, right? Just you and a prompt box. But now we have real-time editing, shared projects, comment threads for direct feedback, and built-in version control. It's essentially Google Docs, but built specifically around artificial intelligence. Instead of constantly copying and pasting your outputs or sending endless screenshots back and forth to your team on Slack, your entire team just works together right inside the platform.
To put that into perspective, entire content teams can now brainstorm together in real time. You can give immediate inline feedback on an AI output so the engine can pivot on the spot. Plus, you can collaboratively build shared knowledge bases that everyone draws from, and everyone sees the changes instantly. It's a massive leap forward for organizational speed because it completely removes the bottleneck of having just that one AI guy on the team.
Section 6. The final verdict. Free versus pro. Is it worth the upgrade?
So let's get down to it. Who actually needs to pay for this? Well, it really comes down to how you work. For casual users who are just asking simple questions or maybe generating the occasional recipe, the free tier with its basic access is perfectly fine. Seriously, don't pay for power you won't use. However, free users are missing out on about 80% of the platform's true capability under the hood. For creators, marketers, and professionals, that $20 a month unlocks all access. And considering those 10 hours saved per week we talked about earlier, it easily justifies the cost. Your time is incredibly valuable, and this essentially buys it back. Which brings us to our final question. Are you ready to upgrade your output? We've explored a massive paradigm shift in today's explainer, from real-time reasoning and immense file handling to live data and truly multiplayer collaboration. The tools are here, and the playing field has irrevocably changed. The only question left is, what will you build with it? Thank you so much for joining me. Now go test these features out for yourself.